Okay, quick question, and I want you to be honest with yourself, okay? When is the last time you paid your credit card bill late? Go ahead and tell me in the comment section, okay? No judgment here. Okay, maybe it's just a little tiny judgment. So here's the thing. Your credit card could be your financial BFF or your worst enemy. If you treat it right, it is going to help you build an amazing credit score as well as earn rewards and save money. But if you treat it wrong, it will drag your score through the mud. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how to pay your credit card bill on time, the smart way as well, so you can boost your score and avoid all the stress, okay? No boring finance lingo, just real talk. And I've got one little tiny trick that most people have never heard of that can help raise your score without you actually paying an extra dime. So go ahead and stick around for that one trick. So we're going to start with knowing your dates because most people think that your due date is the only date that matters, but that's wrong. You've actually got 3 dates. Number 1 is your opening date, which is when your billing cycle starts. Number 2 is your closing date, which is when your billing cycle ends. Number 3 is your due date, which is when you actually have to pay. So here's a big secret. Your closing date matters even more than your due date, and here is why. Because that is a date that your balance gets reported to the credit bureaus. You know, those people who decide what your credit score is going to be. So if your closing date is on the 10th and you've got $1,000 balance due on that day, that is exactly what gets reported, even if you pay all that money off 2 days later. It's kind of like weighing yourself right after Thanksgiving dinner. Even if you eat a salad the very next day after Thanksgiving, the number the scale saw on that day when you weigh yourself is a number that actually counts. Do you actually know the date of your closing date? Let me know in the comment section if you actually know what your closing date is. Now let's talk about your statement balance versus your current balance. So here's where a lot of people actually mess up. We've got 2 balances to keep our eye on. Number 1 is your statement balance, which is what you owe the day your cycle ended. The second one is your current balance, which is what you owe right now after any new charges or new payments. Your bill is based on your statement balance and not on your current balance. So if you pay just based on your current balance, you can actually get missed with what is actually due and actually get hit with a late fee. So, have you ever paid your card and then still got charged a late fee? If so, then go ahead and tell me in the comment section if this has actually happened to you. So now I'm going to tell you never to pay your minimum payments. Alright, listen, I'm not telling you not to pay what you have due. What I'm telling you is don't pay just your minimum payments. That's how they actually trap you in interest payments forever. So missing it is going to kill your credit score, okay? Payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. If you make a late payment, it could drop you 50 to 100 points and it's going to stick to your credit score for 7 whole years. So here's my advice to you. Just set up auto pay for at least your minimum payment. That way, even if life gets busy, like you got your kids, Netflix, or work, or whatever, you're not going to get hit with a late fee. And then you can always go in and pay more money when you've got the cash. So go ahead and automate your minimum payment. If you already got auto pay set up, then go ahead and let me know in the chat section and type Team Auto Pay so other people can learn that this is a thing and they can do it too. So now let's go ahead and talk about credit utilization, which is just a fancy name for how much of your credit are you actually using. The formula is just your balance divided by your credit limit times 100. For example, if your limit is $3,000 and your balance is $900, that's 30% utilization. Anything under 10% is amazing. Anything over 50%, bombastic side eye. Anything over 80%, and they are clutching their pearls. They don't want to work with that. Utilization is 30% of your score. If you combine that with payment history and you've covered 65% of your credit score's recipe. Do you know your utilization right now? Be brave and let us know in the comment section. So now let's talk about the timing trick, which is what we've all been waiting for. Alright, so here's the part that most people don't actually know, which is how you can raise your score without paying an extra dime. So don't just pay your balance on your due date. Pay it right after your closing date. And here's the move you're going to make, okay? Let your billing cycle close. Wait a day or 2 and then make your payments right before the due date, and here is why. Because the balance that gets reported to the bureaus is the one right after your closing date, which again is different from your due date. If you pay it right after, they're going to see a smaller number, which is going to make your utilization better and make your score go up. So for example, if your closing date is on the 10th and you owe $1,000, then you pay $700 on the 12th. Now your reported balance is just $300, okay? And your utilization drops from 33% to 10%. So use this timing trick to help you out. And let me know if this is your first time you've heard this and if you're going to try it. Now let's talk about what happens if you are late. So if you ever slip up and you pay late and it's just a few days, then go ahead and call your credit card company. Just be nice about it and explain that it was just an accident, and then ask them if they're going to remove the late fee. They usually will if you've been in good standing with them. But if you go 30 days late, that is when the credit bureaus get involved, and then your score starts to tank, and then it stains your credit for years. So just make sure you don't let it get that far. So let me know in the comment section if you've ever talked your way out of a late fee before. So let's go ahead and drill this in. Know your credit statement and your closing dates. Keep your utilization under 30%, but shoot for under 10%. Set auto pay for the minimum. Pay right after your closing date. Ask for credit limit increases once you have proven yourself with the banks. Credit cards are not evil, bad habits are. So go ahead and play the game right, and they will help you and not hurt you. So if this video made credit cards make more sense, then go ahead and click that like button. Subscribe for more money tips and share this with a friend who always pays their credit card late to help them out. And before you go, let me know in the comment section one bad habit you want to fix this year with your credit cards. This is Finance with Fuanyi, and we're making money make sense one video at a time. So always remember that the best time to invest in yourself was yesterday. The second best time is now. You got this.